I got me a new branding iron. Welcome back to my workshop. Now today we're going to look at this, which is my new toy. This is a new branding iron. It's got my logo on it. Okay, and it's an electric one. And also I've got some tokens, which I showed briefly in the last video. Okay, got some new tokens here. Okay, and these are all from a guy called Hanke. Okay, he's got a YouTube and he's also got an Instagram account, so check him out. So let's have a quick look at this and see what it's all about. Okay, so for my regular viewers, you probably remember about a year ago I made a branding iron, this thing. Okay, and I made it out of a lump of brass which come off a letterbox, which means it wasn't very thick, which means I couldn't engrave it very deeply. Okay, this sort of worked okay, but not fantastic, so I haven't been using it much. And this one you have to heat up with a blowtorch. So for Christmas I got this branding iron. Okay, so it's an electric one. It's 100 watts. If we look on here, 100 watts. Okay, and it's got a nice deep brass insert. Okay, so all you do is you literally plug it in. This gets bloody hot, and then you can brand into wood, leather, paper, cardboard, all sorts of stuff. Probably skin as well, but I won't try that. Okay, right, let's have a close look. Okay, so what do you get? Now, obviously I've taken this out of the box already because I've been using it. But in the box you get a comprehensive set of instructions here, which shows obviously he does branding irons without heating, with electric heating, and branding iron with electric heating and electric performance regulator. Okay, so I've got the one with electric heating. Now on here it covers basic instructions on how to use it. You must follow the instructions. Remember, it's not a toy. It gets hot. You could burn yourself. All right, but read through these first. And on the back, obviously, he's got his Instagram account and his e-shop. Okay, so this, I think the guy's name is Martin. So Martin from Hanke. Very helpful fella. Right, in the box you get your branding iron. Okay, on off switch here, and it comes with a 2-pin plug. Okay, so obviously I'm in the UK, so I needed to buy a little adapter separately just to get me working. All right, but it doesn't come with this. You have to get one separately. Also, it comes with a little stand. Okay, this is just a piece of stainless, and all you do is you literally fold it up like that, and that's what you rest it on, because otherwise it's going to get hot and it's going to burn your bench. Okay, on the cable here you've got your on-off controls. Okay, and also temperature. All right, so it depends on what material you're using. It depends on how hot. Obviously for different materials, if you have it too hot, it's going to burn through it. If you don't have it hot enough, you're going to struggle to make it brand. All right, so I'm going to plug this thing in because I think it takes about a quarter of an hour to heat up. But before I do that, because it gets very hot, let's have a quick look at the construction of this thing. The actual end, let's take this off so we can show you what we got. Okay, so we've got the actual branding iron here. This is the bit that gets hot, and you screw this in and it transfers the heat into this brass. Now obviously it's going to take longer if you've got a bigger one of these. All right, so the temperature and how long it takes to warm up is dependent on how thick your brand is. All right, okay, so I'm going to plug this in. In my world it's going to take about 15-20 minutes. In your world it's going to take about 2 seconds. Right, here we go. So I just plugged it in. I've got a little extension lead here, so I can do it on the bench. And here is obviously your controls. This is in the off position, no light on. Okay, just turn it around, light comes on, and then you can set it to what temperature. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to turn it up to there for now and let it warm up. Right, whilst that's warming up, let's talk about these. Now I've just got these also from Hanke. Now these are a new set of tokens. Now those of you who watched me before, remember I made some of these tokens to embed in some of my projects. Now I've run out of these now. Now rather than make some more, I decided to get some from Hanke. Okay, these weren't fantastic, but they were good enough. You know, I made them myself, so they're okay. But these ones, slightly smaller and much more detail. Can we get in now? Yeah, these are great. Okay, and if you've just seen my jewellery box build, I managed to get one of these put inside it. I like these a lot. Okay, they're slightly more professional than the ones I did because I'm not professional. But yeah, these are great. They just add a little bit of extra, and the detail is much better. I couldn't get any text on mine because I couldn't get small enough. But these, nice little bit of text. Okay, so you'll probably see these appearing in some of my projects in the future. Okay, so I've got quite a few of those. There's quite a few projects there. Right, still warming up. Right, so this has been warming up now for about 20 minutes because I went and had a cup of tea. I've got myself some material together. I've got a piece of hardwood, which I think is sapele, piece of pine, piece of MDF, a leather belt, which I got out of the wardrobe and it doesn't even fit around my waist anymore because I'm getting fat, and a piece of paper, which was supplied. Okay, I've only turned it onto one setting at the moment, so it depends on how quick I do these. It depends on whether I burn them or not. I don't know what's going to happen. Let's find out. Okay, so first off, we got the sapele here. I've still got it set on the same setting, which is on the maximum setting here. Well, the widest one. Okay, I don't know how long I've got to put this on for. Let's see what happens. Oh, that's pretty good. Now that was literally just 2 seconds. I'm happy with that. Let's try it again. 1, 2. Yeah, a little bit too much there. Maybe I can recover that with a little bit of sanding. Yeah. Okay, so probably 1 second will probably be enough. Now, obviously I can either do it for a short period of time or I can turn it down a bit. But I'm impressed with that. That's pretty good. Right, so that's the hardwood. Now I should imagine the softwood will take even less. Let's see. Oh, not quite enough. 1, 2, 3. Okay, this is not the smoothest bit of wood. 1, 2, 3, 4. Now I tip that, so I'll have to be careful. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so as you can see, it takes a bit of practice. Yeah, if you don't hold it straight, you end up missing little bits and pieces like this. Okay, so I think with softwood, I'd probably turn it down a little bit, but happy with that. MDF, let's have a look at MDF. Now obviously the end gets a little bit dirty. You can clean this, but you have to wait for it to cool down because it's hot. 3 seconds. Oh, that's nice and clean. Yeah, so it looks like MDF and hardwood characteristics are similar. Bit too deep, that one. Try 2 seconds. 1, 2. Okay, so it stays hot. And lastly, no, not lastly, let's try my belt that I couldn't fit around my waist anymore. I suspect this is going to be too hot for this. Let's find out anyway. 1, 2. Oh, yes. But it goes into there. 1, 2. Oh, still too deep. One more for 1 second. 1. Okay. Finally, piece of paper. It's hardly going to have to touch this, it's going to burn it. Oh. Wowzers, look at that. Okay. That's hot. Right, so that's my little experiment over and done with. Yeah, it proves that you do need to practice a little bit to get it done right. Obviously, if you spent days and days making something and then you brand it and burn the hell out of it, that's not very good. All right, so a little bit of practice, but it goes into hardwood, softwood, MDF, leather, paper, no problem at all. Bit too much sometimes just right. All right, so I'm quite happy with it. I'm going to leave it to cool down now and then give it a little bit of a clean. Right, so that's it. It was just a very quick look at my new branding iron and my tokens, which I love. It's just to show you what you can do and what you can't do. don't know if you noticed during the video, there was a little bit of interference from this. Okay, so bear that in mind. Electrically it's probably quite safe, but there's probably some interference issues. It's not a problem. Okay, so these are all from Hanke. Don't forget to check him out. Okay, he's got a YouTube channel and also Instagram. I'm happy with this. It cost about 84 euros, I think, plus shipping, but obviously it's worth it for me. All right, thank you very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed the video, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye. I got me a new branding iron. Clang, let me sort that out. So, let's